and welcome to Health Chat program. This is a program that looks at various health issues and other related issues concerning to our health and our well-being. We look at so many things that concerns our health, and so today we are looking at inclusive education for children with special needs. And in today's program, we try to just find out what stakeholders are doing and putting in place to see to it that this group of people are helped in one way or the other. In studio, I have Ezra Chalimwansa, who's the Secretary General from the Centers for Persons with Disability. Welcome to today's program.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. I also have Obi Kaputo, who is a special education specialist. Welcome to today's program.
Thank you very much.
All right. In today's program, we are looking at children with special needs. But what are special needs?
So basically, special needs are difficulties or challenges that will need someone to have specialized service or attention or accommodation. So when we're talking about these challenges, so these challenges will include, it could be physical needs, emotional needs, or behavioral needs, sometimes even learning disabilities. So when you talk of special needs, we're referring to those kind of difficulties.
Okay. Centers for Persons with Disability. How do you coming into this space when we talk of children with special needs?
Yes, we do take in interest in the welfare of people with special needs because of the various challenges that they face because of the makeup and the way they are, because they're different from us, and special needs sometimes would be categorized among disabilities and all, but we look at them with positivity, and so that's why even the term disabilities is phased off, but we want to look at the positive aspect of them because they have got hidden talents, even when they have difficulties and challenges in terms of learning, in terms of social aspects and many other challenges that they would face that a typical person might not have, but they are able to thrive and they are able to do greater things that other people might not do. And so we take in interest in them because we work with communities and we work with different schools, families, and and so on and so forth. And so we have much interest in their welfare.
Okay, great. We're looking at inclusive education, in this space. Why should we, integrate these children with special needs in our formal, education sector?
So to start with, each child with an impairment or a disability wage, which we don't like using.
Yes.
Every child has got the capability to learn. And it could be learning just like other kids, like the normal learning. Sometimes it could be skills, basic life skills that a child might need. So whichever way, a child with a disability or an impairment, there's something that they can learn. Therefore, it's very important that they're integrated into the normal system.
Okay. So now we are looking at this child with special needs, really. And who is supposed to be a part of this child? It's not just maybe the teachers that are going to take care of it, of these children. Who else is supposed to be a part of this child's life?
So to start with, the community needs to be involved. The family needs to be involved. The teachers needs to be involved, including the people that are able to offer services to help these kids. So when you look at it, it's more of a collaborative effort to help this child. Society plays a part in that because of integration and acceptance, these kids won't feel left out. They'll feel part of the community, and to give them confidence to know there's always something that we can do, just like the child next to me. Also, family, when the child is well looked after, is given the confidence, the support that this child needs, that in turn also will give confidence to a child to know that, oh, okay, there's also something I can do out there. Schools as well, they also play a very big part as well. Once we accept these kids into, we integrate them, just like these other kids as well, then we're also giving them confidence and giving hope to parents and people that look up to that child to say this child will be able to learn. So it's more of a collaborative effort, and it's very
collaborative.
important
Yeah.
that these kids are integrated into the
Do
system.
we have specialized teachers who are taking care of these children?
We have, unfortunately, there are not so many. Yeah, we have a whole lot of schools, and you find that certain schools do not have a child. I mean, a teacher who will be able to even identify to say this child has, needs special services. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. We hope that probably in future we can have the government to employ at least each school should have maybe a minimum of 3 special education teachers to look after these kids. If possible, each class should have 1.
Should have one. Obi has just mentioned, the need for us to have specialized, teachers. And you are doing actually a program towards that, targeting, the welfare of this special group of people. How far have we gone with the training coach?
I'm sure you were speaking about the Certified Autism Support Coach program.
Exactly.
Yeah, so among the special needs, autism is also there. And we're talking about autism is a type of a special need, developmental disorder that is characterized with a lot of factors, sensitivity to light, challenges in terms of socialization, yeah, communication, yeah, so many aspects a person would have challenges with. But now just how to teach that person requires more than just a skill, but it requires a lot more knowledge about it, and that's why we came up with a program that is coming from Canada, the Certified Autism Support Coach program, just to have people that can be trained, particularly just to focus on just autism, on how they can enhance their knowledge and their abilities to make things much easier as they deal with such people. And because you see, there's no clear formula on how you'll have to manage a child with autism, for example. You really have to keep thinking outside the box. Yeah, because even your best approach, because of the super intelligence in this manipulative boy or girl who is on the spectrum,
Yes,
you may end up running out of ideas
exactly.
because they've already gone miles ahead of you. You want to do this with them, they already are ahead of you, and it's becoming a challenge. So it's a continued process of thinking outside the box, and you have to adjust what is it that can work now, because what I tried at first did not work. So how can I easily change my approach and try something new? But without much knowledge, it just becomes very much of a challenge. And someone that will have had an opportunity of thriving academically and even maybe reaching, highest dreams that they can have, be it maybe becoming a doctor or an engineer, becomes difficult because there was no coach. There was no proper coach that was able to execute and to get the knowledge infused into this super intelligent person's brain. Okay. And that's why the program that we bring in from Canada, the Certified Autism Support Coach program that people can take advantage of. It's only $449 for a start. Originally, it was $997, but now it's $449 because we had to negotiate for it to be a bit more accessible to people who want to enroll into the program.
Okay. You've mentioned a very good initiative here where at least Obi will be in a safer place, to say at least my children or these children who are in these classrooms are ably taken care of by this trained, group of cadres. But Obi, you mentioned of stakeholders that are supposed to be a part of this child's growing, and this child's progression, be it in class or otherwise. But how are you engaging them in terms of guardians, parents, as well as the community? How are you engaging them?
Okay, so programs like the one that he has mentioned, we're hoping it's one of the programs that will be of benefit to a lot of schools. Apart from that, the other way we're engaging communities is sometimes we do hold workshops. So this is where we do free screening or assessments for kids with different special needs, and this gives us a pool of people that needs help.
Okay.
And in that way, it's really help for us to identify these kids and be able to advise parents on the best on how to take care of these kids and all that. Yeah, but like I said, more needs to be done as well. More programs like the one which will be coming up. We need these programs because a lot of parents do not even know that their child is a special child that needs different attention. So you find that they've been taking this child to a normal school.
Yes.
Maybe they're coming to understand certain things about their child when he's already maybe in grade 8 or 9 or 7. Now at that point, the child has stopped responding to whatever that he's been learning. At that point now you need special attention. So there's some parents that will just identify maybe at grade 7 when they see that my child has been failing for too long. 5 times, 4 times the child has been failing. Now when you do an assessment, that's when you're telling them to say, probably your child is autistic. Now at that point, it's a little bit too late, but there's still something that can be done, but
There's
it's a
still
little
hope
bit too
still.
late. Yeah, so we're hoping that these programs will be able to go a long way just in terms of identifying kids at an early age. And in that way, we're able to mold this child in the way that we want him to grow up in. And yeah, so that's how we're trying to engage the community and other stakeholders.
Great. Ezra, the CPD has got so much, kind of initiative. One of it is the golf tournament, which, is about to come in the near future. What is this golf tournament all about?
Okay, before I touch on the golf tournament, the Certified Autism Support Coach Program, we moved it. It was supposed to start in July, but it's starting 1st August.
Okay.
Just wanted to highlight that because in case maybe someone is watching and
Yes.
but now this program, when is it starting? So it's
Exactly.
starting 1st August. It's a 8-week program and someone will be certified internationally.
Okay.
Yeah, so now coming to the golf tournament, the golf tournament actually is under Autis Dream Project.
Okay.
Now, Autis Dream Project is a sister organization to Center for Persons with Disabilities.
Okay.
And you may wish to know that I'm one of the board members of Autis Dream Project.
Okay, great.
Yeah, actually, I'm the executive director of Autis Dream Project.
Okay.
So the golf tournament that we're arranging, it'll be done on the 8th of August. It'll be held at Bonanza Golf Course.
Okay.
So the initiative behind the golf tournament is to raise funds that will help us to come up with a kindergarten inclusive skills resource center.
Great.
So the kindergarten inclusive skills resource center, that's a program. Eventually we'll build something that where these programs can run from. But for a beginning, we'll just begin with the launch of the program and begin the activities under the Kindergarten Inclusive Skills Resource Center.
Okay.
So I know the next question will be why.
Exactly.
So let me just answer.
Exactly.
So why the
Yes.
Kindergarten
Why the
Inclusive
kindergarten? Yeah.
Skills Resource Center is, like I was explaining, there are these children that are super intelligent or they got special needs, but maybe some of them would fail to thrive academically,
Yes.
but they are very gifted at something that has to do with hands-on. Maybe when you look at the tables like this, a person who is on the spectrum
Yes.
might be seeing some very nice pattern behind here,
Okay.
but which we are unable to see.
Okay.
So they might be good at designing things hands-on. So that's where the skills aspect comes in.
Okay.
So we just want that to focus on just skills. Those children that were able to identify at an early stage that these look like will not thrive academically, but they would thrive maybe through a skill. We identify that skill from a tender age and then nurture that skill, develop that skill. Then we can see people blossom in that direction.
Okay.
And that's the idea behind the Kindergarten Inclusive Skills Resource Center. whose funds we are raising through the golf tournament to be held on 8th August at Bonanza Golf Course.
Okay. Who is invited to this, golf tournament?
Well, everybody is invited. Like, it's a fundraiser and it's something that is done for a noble cause. So organizations from the corporate society, we need sponsorship. We got sponsorship slots. So we need people from the corporate society to come in so that we have this in style. And then, when we have a very big attendance, the talks that we'll give on autism and why the Kindergarten Inclusive Skills Resource Center, yeah, it will touch the masses of the people that will be there. But if we are going to have a handful, then the awareness that we want to raise through the golf tournament will be futile. So that's why we want everybody to come. Yeah. It may not just be golfers, but even those that are just interested in knowing about this can reach out, and then more information can be given. So far, we've got sponsors that are coming on board.
Okay.
Yeah, but we want golfers to get into the tournament, and then we want everybody interested just to attend the program. And I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. I think it will be a very nice program.
Okay, I've liked the cause of you talking of having some talks whilst, that tournament is going on. But before that, you can just hold on to that thought. Obi, Ezra here mentioned, of these children or a special group of children that we are looking at. How do you help them to transition, from just one level of them being there to another level? Because I believe it's mentioned of them being very, very, intelligent. How do you help them to transition?
So to start with, this is now the job of a specialist now. The need for a special education specialist to expose his knowledge about these kids.
Yeah.
So to start with, we do what is called an assessment. So we do an assessment. This is where we categorize a child. Let's say, for example, a child who is autistic. So we're going to say this is mild autism. Maybe this is severe. This is moderate. So once you identify in which category this child falls into, it will also depend with the kind of strategies that we're going to use. If it's a child who is mild, we know this child has got maybe 60 to 70% of succeeding in school academically.
Yeah.
And then when we're talking of a child who is moderate, it's more of a 50-50. Then someone who is severe is more of academically, they might not succeed.
Okay.
So we look at these parameters, and then now we say this child who is mild autistic, where do we start from? So we're not going to introduce skills there and then. So we'll try to help the child academically to the progression. Of course, they're going to learn at a very different pace as compared to other kids as well.
Yeah.
But eventually they'll get it. They'll learn to say A maybe after a month or so, when their fellow kids can say it at maybe 2 weeks or so. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They move at their own pace. Now, if we identify a child that's got a 50-50 chance, or maybe severe, then we concentrate more on the skills. This is where now these programs that will be coming up now will be very helpful now to say, okay, this child we've identified to say won't be able to succeed in this aspect. How do we do it now? So that is how we start.
Okay.
So we start from there.
Ah.
Then they progress like that.
Great. Coming to Ezra, you've spoken of activities, taking on the golf and everything else. What are we expecting in terms of talks during that tournament? Because we want people to get it so that at least they know how to say, in as much as we are going to, participate in this golf tournament, there is something that we're going to come out with. What is there?
In terms of talks,
Yeah.
we are expecting to give much information on autism and generally special needs, and why these children are able to thrive, and what is needed to help them thrive, and what hope is there for people who have children with special needs, children who might be on the spectrum and other special needs. What hope is there? What opportunities are available for them? Special Olympics Zambia, among our biggest partners. And so I'm expecting that Special Olympics Zambia, I'm expecting, but they will. They will highlight the opportunities that are available for children with special needs. We might just have the beginning of golf under Special Olympics just after the tournament, because that's what we are focusing. We want as well Special Olympics Zambia to be able to produce golfers that we can take for Special Olympics.
Wow.
Other countries are able to produce golfers under Special Olympics. So why not Special Olympics Zambia? And that is the focus now.
Okay.
So if you have a child who has a special need, and then there is an opportunity now for your child to be enrolled, into these connections now that we are developing with the golf course around the country, why not take that advantage to help the child learn golf? And then through Special Olympics, we can have your child go outside the country, represent the country under Special Olympics. I mean, that's so much. Anybody should be excited with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we are looking forward to people who might have, parents who might have children with special needs, to take keen interest in the golf tournament. And then from there, we begin solidifying the partnerships that we can come up with, so that we can help the children thrive and help them reach the apex of their dreams.
Great. From what you have said, from Obi taking us through the levels and everything else, do we have success stories that we can point to say, really, with this journey that we have, journeyed with these children, and here is an engineer, here is a doctor, do we have such kind of success stories?
Okay.
Anyone can take.
Let me start with
Yes.
Okay,
so success stories, they start as early as a child maybe is 5 or 6 or so. I'm also a director for Oka Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a lot of them where kids, they came without talking, with a certain kind of behavior, but probably after a year or so, they're now okay, and they've now been fused into the mainstream.
Wow.
Yeah, and then also we have a lot of them, but of course we can't mention names.
No.
Yeah, a lot of them, doctors who are autistic, they're doing very fine.
Okay.
Actually, I think on one of the programs I mentioned to say kids who are autistic, they're believed to have an above average intelligence of a normal human being.
Wow.
The way they process things. If an autistic child becomes good in mathematics, you can bet you can't beat that. They're going to be extremely brilliant in that aspect.
I've seen some doing games like chess.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. We have one child that came through at our school, who is 9 years old.
Okay.
This child can tell you everything you need to know about animals, their behavior, where they are found, which countries.
Wow.
And all that. You're just perplexed and looking at them. Oh, okay. That's how intelligent they can be.
Okay.
So our job is to sensitize the public to say, these kids, there's something that they can achieve. And once you identify that, then you're home and dry. That's what the programs which are coming up, and as schools as well, these are things that we need to take into consideration. Once we identify that, then the sky is the limit for their kids.
Wow. Success stories, Ezra.
Yeah, there are a lot, like already alluded to by Obi. We're not going to mention names, but yes, personally, I have a friend who is a doctor.
Wow.
He's a veterinary doctor, but he's on the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the autism spectrum.
Great.
He's a very good guy.
Great.
Yeah, but I came to know him after, in older ages and all, but I don't know how it was like when he was growing. But when you do ask him, he does explain a lot of challenges that he went through, that up to now he still does not understand why those things were happening to him and what. Yeah, but yes, there's also another one. He's an engineer, and then also personally, I do deal with a lot of children with autism, and I've seen, just like Obi has mentioned, someone who was not speaking, they don't have speech, but they acquire speech and now they can speak eloquently, and then you can ask them any question. A child is just about 9 years, but has an idea about any question that you ask them. So, but where is the knowledge coming from this child? Is above, it's above average from at this age that he can articulate things the way he's doing. Yeah, and then I do also teach others principles of accounts. He's on the spectrum, but he's learning accounting. So the other one did his accounting and went through grade 12, got his grade 12 certificate. Now he's doing business management. And I teach him business management. Now these are people who are on the spectrum. So when I see someone hide a child who is on the spectrum and they keep saying there's nothing that this child can do, I just wonder, because for me, I've walked through the road and I've walked through the path, and I've seen children who were young on the spectrum. It was quite a challenge and difficult to teach them, but they are thriving. Yeah, they are thriving, and now pass through grade 12 and they now getting into the corporate world. You see, they're now doing professional courses. So we're speaking about these things is to give hope to someone who might have such a child, and then they were thinking maybe they might have to take the other child to school who is not on the spectrum, and then keep the one who is on the spectrum because they are not seeing hope.
Yes.
And then usually, and this is the case, schools that are offering special education are usually expensive than the ones that the regular schools. So they will look at the aspect of the cost. This is now cost draining. We're spending a lot on this person, but we're not going to get anything out of him. It's not like that. What it is the more you invest, the more you engage, the more you come off the shell, interact with organizations like us, Oka Academy, that's Mr. Obi here, and then others who are interested in helping, then we can change the life of someone. And through programs like the Certified Autism Support Coach program, that is able to infuse knowledge about autism, and then you have an advanced understanding on how you can deal with them. You might be a parent, but this is the chance that you can get the much needed knowledge that can help someone out there.
Okay. Obi, in closing, what would be your word to that parent, to that guardian, even as a community, concerning children with special needs? Your word.
So I'll start with the community.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are a lot of people out there in the community that are able to identify certain conditions. It's important that they help out. They reach out to parents to say, from the look of things, though I've seen your child, maybe this child might need this kind of help. Then they've done their part. And then also for schools as well, it's important that they engage special education teachers. They need to have these. And then this will make it very easy for teachers to identify children that need help. And for parents, one thing you can tell them is that these kids, there's always something that they can learn. There's always something that they can learn, and the earlier the better. The moment they identify our child has got this challenge, then they don't need to feel enclosed and say, this is done. They can always reach out to people that will be able to help them, and they'll be able to see the best from the child.
Oh, great. Okay, Ezra, in closing, your word to that sponsor who is listening right now. What would be your word to the sponsors, and who would be sponsors to this noble cause?
Yes, so we're appealing to sponsors out there, especially organizations, to take keen interest in these matters that we're speaking about. If you can sponsor someone to attend the Certified Autism Support Coach program, you will have empowered them to handle children with autism and help them to, reach the apex of their dreams, to actualize their dreams. If you would sponsor the golf tournament, you would help us to, raise funds that will help us to begin the Kindergarten Inclusive Skills Resource Center that will prove to be a life changer to someone who is failing to succeed academically, but maybe they could succeed through a skill.
Exactly.
Yes, and so it is a multi-sectoral approach. The more we take keen interest in these matters, that's the only time that we're going to change what it looks like on the ground right now. And so employers, why not employ someone who has a special need? Because they can work. They can work. The only difference is that maybe they will work according to their ability. So find room in what they can do and employ them. Yeah, we've got big organizations where one can just pack boxes, maybe one can do the dishes, maybe one can do the cleaning, so they can work. And I mean, there's so much room. It's just about taking keen interest and say, we want to do this, and as an organization, we are going to do this, and we're going to feel happy that we did it.
Great. Indeed, there is hope for all of us. We all have a space at least where we can engage one way or the other. Thank you so much for appearing on today's program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, viewers, we've come to the end of today's program. We are looking at inclusive education for children with special needs. I had Ezra Chalimwans, who is the Secretary General from the Centers of Persons with Disability. I also had Obi Kaputo, who is a special education specialist. We are looking at just how best we can try and help these children with special needs. And so join us next week as we look at another interesting Health Chat program. From me, Faith Mutale, and the entire production team, it's goodbye for now.